I thought we might have some issues with this, you know, doing some loop-de-loops, because it is such a short wheelbase. What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to the Wasting Robin 586 YouTube channel. Whoa, a car just appeared outside of us. No, today, this will be a drift car. Believe it or not. Today, we're going to be doing a drift build. This is the 1968 Abarth 595 SSE. It is very much stock right now. I just bought it off the auction house. I like buying stuff off the auction house because it's cheap. I'll go over stats with you right now of the car and what it is, like, completely bone stock, because it is D-class. It is 3.9 speed, 4.0 handling, 3.7 acceleration, 4.9 launch, 4.0 braking. It's rear-wheel drive. It makes 28 horsepower, 34 foot-pounds of torque. It weighs 1,257 pounds. There's 42% of the weight in the front, and it's 594 cubic centimeters displacement. That's where the 595 comes from, obviously. We're going to make this a drift car. Or at least we're going to try to. It is very slow. It makes, it's 34 horsepower. Look at that. It doesn't drift now. It doesn't drift now. I'm going to go ahead and go into the garage right now, and I'll go through all the steps of what it takes, in my opinion, to build a drift car that I like, that I'm happy with. So we're going to go ahead and hop into the festival right now, because I'm on Fortune Island. That's just where I happen to be. So I was playing the game. We're going to do a custom upgrade. We're going to start with the engine. I don't want to leave the stock engine in it, so we're going to go ahead and put the 1.6 liter inline-4 turbo rally motor in it. That'll give it some nice power. Yeah, we're already sitting at 300 horsepower. We're not going to put all-wheel drive in it because I want to make a drift car, not a Hoonigan car, a Gymkhana car. That's what I was trying to say. It doesn't really matter what you do here for bumper. I like to put the downforce on it. That's just preference. I think it looks better. But you could go the other way in the front bumper, or whatever way you want in that scenario. And then for this, I put these sport tire compounds on my drift cars. I like a little more grip. Some people like the street tire compound. I'm not one of those people. And then I make it as wide as possible. Ironically, you want a lot of grip for drifting. Go ahead and put some good transmissions and clutches and such on the car. It's essentially like a time attack car or a hill climb car, except for you don't put good tires on it. I'm gonna put you put the drift springs and dampers on it. Make it a stiff car because you want it to be stiff. You don't really want it leaning too much, then it can give you some uncertainties. Take as much weight out of it as we can. Give it some power. We'll probably be making 668 horsepower here. Yeah, put a nice big smaller. I guess a smaller turbo on it. Yeah, we're gonna be making 668 horsepower. Good amount of horsepower for this car. Now, this car is a bit of a small wheelbase for a drift car, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm not really nervous. I'm just curious to see how this goes. Oh, right, okay. So we did the upgrades. Tune, I don't really touch. I don't actually touch the tune for drift cars. I kind of just leave it because it usually works. It usually works, and maybe this will be a different case. I don't know, but I do like to paint them. Paint them something unique, something different. Excuse me, I'm having hiccups right now. I've already got that livery. We'll do this one. The Buddy Captain Rednecks, if it would let me. It won't let me though, for whatever reason. That is a good livery. It's not really a drift car livery, but oh, there we go. I can do it now. I wasn't paying attention, really. Okay. So we've got it all dialed in now, and maybe I'll need to make a few changes in the tune. But usually it's good. Usually the torque and everything is right with the gear ratio. Really, the only thing I would want to change is maybe the gear ratio to give it a bit more torque or power when I'm shifting gears in corners. But that's about it. Other than the two, and maybe bump or lower the tire pressure, or drop the ride height. there's minimal things that you want to do, or maybe adjust the rear brake bias a little bit so it gives you a little more rear brake. Like, there's little things you could do, but it's not really gonna affect it that much. I think I just won another car, or was I outbid? No, I won it. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. We'll go ahead and collect that car. Go ahead and collect it, just for you guys. I'm gonna build this to another drift car too. It's a front wheel drive car, but I'll make it rear wheel drive, and I'll slide it around some. But anyways, back to this drift car. So like I was saying, there's a little thing you can do too. I wouldn't really change much. Like I said, if I'm comfortable the way it is, the way it comes. So I don't know. If you want to do something, I'm sure that you watching the video, you're comfortable in what you in your tendencies, or you know what works for you. So if you don't know what works for you for your drifting, just play around with the tune until you feel like you're getting more comfortable, and then you'll get more comfortable with it, and then you'll adjust things better. You'll get better at it. It really it's just playing around with it, like most things in life. There's a little science to it, but it's a lot of guessing, checking. A lot of guessing and checking. And this car is taking forever to claim, by the way. I think at this point I'm just gonna cut from this and get back with you when I'm back on the outside of the festival. Alright, we're outside. We're gonna see how this goes. I'm not sure. It's making a lot of horsepower. And it might be too small of a wheelbase, because this is a very short wheelbase. But as you can see, it's drifting pretty nicely. I'll go ahead and drift up the hill climb course. Sorry, I'm itching my nose. That's why I'm kind of all over the place right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this isn't a V8. This isn't like the normal drift car I would use for the Let's Plays. It doesn't just have torque for days. It's you got to kind of keep it up in the power band, and make sure that you have some RPMs to your drift. Because with the Nissan that I drift with, the twin turbo V8, it's wow. Take up the fence. Okay. It doesn't really have torque issues. It can kind of just pull out kind of like that just did, but like from 20 miles an hour. Yeah, it's a pretty good drift car, I would say, so far. We threw some power to it. I messed that corner up. That was driver error right there. I'm trying to figure out, and this is obviously my first time driving this car. I thought we might have some issues with this, doing some loop-de-loops, because it is such a short wheelbase. It's really hard to drift cars with short wheelbases, because they're just not as stable. So you want to try and make it as stable as possible. That's why I was stiffening up the chassis as much as I could. Go sideways around that corner. I'm starting to get the hang of it, though. Yeah, so this is what a drift build would look like on the up. See, we threw it a... See, we're in 6th gear already. We had a little loop-de-loop there. Taking out the guardrail. Yeah, it's a little hard to control. It's a little unstable. It's definitely agile. There's a guy drifting in his S14 or whatever. You gotta be different. You gotta be different. You gotta make a different build. You don't want to be the same. I literally like how it can shift through the gears, though. Get up on 3rd gear there. Like literally, it's got enough power where we're smoking the tires. See, the sport tire compound, because I like to throw a lot of horsepower in my drift cars. You know, some people like
You have arrived
not
at
that
your
much
destination.
horsepower. I love throwing horsepower on my drift cars. That's why I put the sport tire compounds on it. Because you don't want race tire, because it often degrades quickly, and has a lot of almost too much grip. So I put sport tire on there, so that there's some grip there, but it's not overwhelming and it doesn't degrade as quickly. Although degrading doesn't really affect me in this game. Degrading really affects me in motorsport. So keep sliding it. Yeah, but this is a very good drift car. I'm actually surprised. I'm honestly surprised with as well as this thing has been doing. Oh no, he just changed cars. Okay, sick. Alright, well, we'll get a little drift train going here. Ran into these guys. I'm trying to keep up, but I don't know, it might be too much horsepower for the amount of weight we're throwing at it. Yeah, it's not really working. Okay. Went a little too wide there. Try to keep up with this guy. He's pretty good. Yeah, this car would have a hard time keeping up with more powerful cars. It's so unstable. It's so hard to control. I mean, we're doing an okay job.
You have arrived at your destination.
That was good. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. I think that's gonna do it for me today, guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you all for watching. I'd see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for the next